In this episode of Akram's Ideas, I'm going to share with you my sewing plans for summer 2017, so stay tuned! Hello and welcome. I'm Akram Burris, and you're watching Akram's Ideas, bringing creative and crazy ideas to life. It feels like forever since I posted a video, and it has been a while. I've had some chronic back problems that I've had due to some past injuries, and I have just not been up to leaning over the cutting table, leaning over in the sewing machine, and so I haven't gotten a lot done in the last month or so. But I am now going to an upper cervical chiropractor, and I'm getting that all worked out so that I have the stamina to be able to do all the things that I love doing, including sewing and making videos for you guys. So I won't get into any more about that. This video is all about my summer sewing plans. So in my last video, I announced the colors of the Flags Sew Along Dress Challenge, which is being hosted by myself along with Renata from Running in Style, Judas from Judas D World, and Bianca from Vintage on Tap. And basically it's two challenges in one. So you can use the hashtag 4th of July Proud Dress Project or Flags of the World Dress Project to create a dress or outfit that shows your patriotism for your country or culture. And we wanted again to open it up to everyone. And I mentioned in that video that I've already chosen my fabric. Now, since 4th of July is just coming up upon us really quick, now that it's pretty much summer or almost summer, the official kickoff is this weekend. As I mentioned before, I've already picked my fabric for the 4th of July Proud dress. And actually making an interesting little outfit. I hope it all goes well, but it is a surprise. So I will be talking more about that later on once I get closer to the project, and probably sharing sneak peeks on Instagram. So be sure to follow Akram's Ideas on Instagram if you don't already. Another sew along challenge that I have for this summer is the Sew Together for Summer Sew Along, hosted by Sarah Smith. Now, this sew along project runs until the end of June, and the idea is to make a shirt dress. I love shirt dresses. You may recall I sewed up a couple of shirt dresses last summer, and I just adore those. So for this project, I'm actually going to be using Vintage Simplicity 4260, which is a vintage pattern, obviously, and that counts for my Vintage Pledge Challenge, which goes on throughout the year, encouraging sewers to sew with their vintage patterns. I'm really excited about that. I'm going to be using View 1 and possibly making a second one in View 2. Now, for View 1, I don't have my official fabric that I feel like I'm going to be using. I do have this pink check fabric here, which is awfully nice. It looks a little faded, but this is just to help me get the wearable muslin put together. The next project that I have planned for summer is another manetta dress. Now, if you read my blog, you may have seen that I made a lovely sort of aqua teal manetta for the manetta party at the end of February. And I love that dress. I wore it all spring. So I want a summer manetta. And I have in my stash, I got this not too long ago, this beautiful summer print. It's got these beautiful giant red and yellow and blue flowers and little white daisies on it, and it is just absolutely fantastic. This is next on my list. I really want another Moneta. They are super easy to make, so I can just whip one out within a few hours. So that is on my list to make. Now, on my blog, I previously mentioned that I'd been wanting to make the Agnes pattern from Tilly in the Buttons forever. I got this pattern for my birthday back in October of last year, and I just haven't gotten around to making it. But I really want to. A lot of people have said that it's super easy to put together. I love its retro style, and I'm just in the mood for a lot more t-shirts that I can wear with Carpies for the summer. And I have this lovely white jersey with some red anchors that I got in my stash. I got it a while back at, again, an antique store, like I always get all my fabric. And I just adore this fabric. I'm going to try to whip out a couple of Agnes tops. I'm excited about that. I don't know where that's going to fall, but I hope to get it done earlier, maybe during the holiday weekend, so I can knock out a couple and wear all summer long. Now, I mentioned how much I love the Moneta dress, and it's just a basic jersey knit tee type dress with a gathered skirt. And I love it so much that I want to make more of it, but it can get very boring, I think, if I make the same thing over and over again. Now, one of my other favorite knit patterns that are out there is the Gable Top by Jennifer Lauren Handmade. And I made this a lot at the end of last summer. Since then, Jennifer has come out with an extension for a dress version of that. And I just love that sort of slash neckline. It's very 50s, very retro. And I plan to make a summer version of that out of this jersey navy and white stripe. So the plan is to make it probably near the end of summer so that I could wear it on into fall. Now, the last project that I have planned this summer for myself is the much talked about Butterick 6453. It seems like everyone on the internet is making this dress. There have been lots of videos about it. Bianca from Vintage on Tap did a great full bust adjustment tutorial on this dress, and a couple of other videos showing the construction of both View 1 and View 2. And lots of other people have made this dress, as well as Abby, the Crafty Pinup. I'll put links to all their videos about this dress in the comments below. But they were having a Butterick sale at Joann's, and I couldn't resist. I decided to go ahead and grab that. I'm not really sure where it's going to fall in the timeline of all the other projects that I have planned. And that is one of the last projects that I planned for as far as clothes for myself this summer. Now, while I have quite a few on my list of me make summer projects, I do have some sort of selfless sewing to do. The first one is I've got some little remnants of fabric that I picked up at the antique store that have these lovely summer prints. Here's an example of one. I've got a couple of more, and they're not very much fabric, but they just have the most delightful print. And so I'm thinking about making my niece Layla a couple of fun summer dresses to wear. And I say that I want to make them this summer because she's probably going to grow out of the size of the amount of fabric that I have. Some other projects that I'm working on, and actually already on my cutting table right now, is an out-of-this-world baby quilt for my sister, who is expecting her second child, my nephew Grant, who is coming at near the end of June. So I am making a quilt. His whole nursery is space themed, and she had some leftover space fabric that she used for another project that she gave me, along with some orange abstract fabric. And I happen to have some neon green fleece along with some blue fleece here. And I decided to make a quilt, a full-on quilt, cut out little squares. It's the first time I've actually made a quilt. It's the pattern is pretty standard. It's just the space, green, orange, and it's backed on this blue fleece here. But I might do a little quick video about how I put that together. I'm hoping to knock that out this weekend and get it done so that it'll be ready for when he comes. Lastly, the last thing I want to make is making a set of curtains for my husband's home office. And for that project, I'm actually going to be using a tablecloth that I bought on clearance from Target. And basically, I actually got these tablecloths not last year, but the year before. They were on clearance for like $5 for a 60 by 120 inch tablecloth, and they're this beautiful sort of metallic fabric. I mean, the cost of the tablecloth, the cost of the fabric alone was a steal for these. And I bought all that they had, and in the intention to actually make curtains. So I made curtains for our bedroom, but we only needed two because we only had 2 windows in the bedroom. But since then, my husband has been needing some nicer curtains in his home office, and he said that he really liked our bedroom curtains. So I'm going to use a couple more of the tablecloths that I already had to make those, and they are super easy pocket and rod type curtains. And I'll do a video. I'm planning on doing a video tutorial about how to make those because they're like super easy when you're using a tablecloth. So nice fabric can be found affordably in a lot of different places. So that's it. That is my summer sewing plans. I'd love to hear in the comments below what your sewing plans for the summer are. I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Akram's Ideas, and if you did, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to follow Akram's Ideas on social media and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching!